Hello, guys. Welcome to your Take Two film podcast. And this is your Oscars 2026 predictions and preview. We're obviously going to make our predictions on who we think is going to win. We're also going to talk about maybe some snubs that we think maybe should be nominated, maybe people that shouldn't have been nominated. Also, like I say, we're going to keep track on Oscars night as well as how many predictions we all get right. So it's going to be an interesting evening. I'm joined as usual by Drew, who twin magic as always. We've ended up wearing the same shirt, but it looks to be one of the most exciting Oscars in recent years.
100%, especially in the acting categories. Apart from one of them, none of them are locked. None of them are like easily predicted. It can go to nearly everyone in the categories. So I'm really intrigued to see which ways of stuff and some of the other categories as well, which I'll also talk about. Especially we've also got a new category this year.
Yeah,
Um,
first new category in over 20 years. So
I think the
good to see
last one
that.
was
Obviously,
animated film. So
yeah.
a,
And
a
it
long
won't be too long until we see another new category. We now know that it's going to be for the 100th Academy Award. So for the 2028 edition, we're going to be seeing Best Stunts.
yeah.
Well overdue in my eyes. I think it should have been done ages
I
ago.
mean, without
Um,
without stunts, you wouldn't have your favorite action films. So without a
no,
stunt team, you wouldn't like Mission Impossible. I mean, that's a bad example of Tom Cruise, but he does his own. But like Marvel films,
yeah,
etc., DC superhero stuff, and then like Tomb Raider, all those kind of
yeah,
films need those stunts, so that it deserves to be nominated at the biggest film stage.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, we'll go
yeah.
straight into it.
Well,
We'll
before
start.
we say that, and I would have talking to Mission Impossible, I would have thought that if if the award with best stunts, they probably would have won it
Yeah,
this year. Probably be them and F1 that'd be going for it. But we'll start off with we're gonna just go working our way downwards from the awards. We're gonna start with visual effects.
yeah,
The five nominated. We know this one's usually a lot for the bigger, you know, pictures, the more action orientated ones, because they took a lot of visual effects. But Sinners is nominated. Michael Rala, Aspin Nordal, Garter Walter, and Donald Dean. The Lost Bus have their only nomination here. This is a film based, I believe, based on the 2018 campfire in
yeah.
California.
Directed
Charlie
by
Noble.
Paula
So go on.
Greengrass. The film's directed by.
Yeah. Charlie
Yeah.
Noble, David Zarati, Russell Bowen, and Braden Key McLaughlin. Jurassic World Rebirth is also there. Only nomination of the evening. David Vickery, Stephen Atlin, Charmin Chan, and Neil Cobbold. F1 with Ryan Tudhope, Nicholas Javert, Robert Harrington, and Keith Dawson. And Avatar Fire and Ash, I also believe is, oh no, they've got a couple of nominations. Joe Latiri, Rutger Burnham, Eric Sandon, and Daniel Barrett. Going off the precursors, it's pretty clear he's going to win this one.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's Avatar. Avatar Fire and
Yeah,
Ash. It's I think the visuals are great, but
yeah,
I just think they're quite similar to the last film.
yeah.
And I
But
think there's less fatigue of that because of, especially if we can talk about Wicked Part 2 getting zero nominations here.
yeah,
You have to see how people were tired because it's basically the same. People are like, oh, they should have got costumes, which was going to in a second, but
yeah,
they didn't. I don't think they deserved it because it's the same costumes.
yeah.
Or they deserve to have the same for film for 2 years. I mean, you had like Tin
I
Man
think the
and stuff
difference, like you say, with Avatar is it's been a couple of years. It's 2021,
too.
2022 when
Too.
when the Way Awards came out, and
Yeah,
originally it was supposed to be, I believe, 2023, 2024 when they sort of delayed the dates, which probably would have worked in their favor getting a few nominations. But obviously, the previous two got Best Picture nominations. Bit of a spoiler, they won't be in Best Pictures this time. But like we say, I think both going to predict Fire and Ash. I think F1 could have a shot,
and
but
Sinners, and
yeah, and
Sinners. You
Sinners.
can't
I
forget about
mean,
Sinners.
you can't rule out a Sinners in case they get a Sinners sweep.
Yeah,
We can't rule that out,
I haven't seen
especially
a lot of
if it,
sweeps lately, but I
yeah,
could definitely see it. All right, we'll move on to best film editing. So in this category, we have F1 by Stephen Morone, Marty Supreme, Ronald Bronstein, Josh Sadifi, One Battle After Another, Andy Jurgensen, Sentimental Value, Oliver Bridge Coutier, and Sinners, Michael P. Shorver.
Yeah.
Um, well, film editing. All those films have great editing. I rewatched F1 on Wednesday at the cinema, and I think it still proves to me of being a really strong film in the editing category. I think as well, but I think for me, it still has to go to Sinners.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
me, and you got to mind that editing has really correlated with Best Picture of the last few years. Um, but I think for me, I like Sinners. I like Sinners editing. I think you have to in a film of that magnitude. One battle after another.
mm.
Um, he's got to be there, and I think it
Yeah.
probably will win Best Editing. That's probably going to be my prediction: is that they will
But,
win Best
but
Editing.
when you
But
when
don't rule out F1 because I feel that they could win this editing category. They're the sort of dark horse in my eyes.
But then, if we go to the editing awards for the not cinematography, the awards for the guild,
Yeah, yeah,
they're separated. So drama and comedy are separated, which means
yeah,
Sinners won one, One Battle won one.
yeah,
So there's no. It's. I just don't like it when they do that because it's like, I mean, I understand like editing differently because it's that kind of thing, but
yeah.
still, it's just like, don't understand to me. But okay, all right, go on.
But yeah, we'll move on to the new category on the block. We told you there was a new category, and now there is best casting. Um, and we have got five nominees, all coincidentally, all been nominated for Best Picture. Hamnet by Nina Gold, Marty Supreme by Jonathan Vendetti, One Battle After Another, Cassandra Calancundis, The Secret Agent, Gabriel Dominguez, and Sinners, Francine Maisler. Well, usually we like with this new category, we'll go off the precursors. Ensemble's got to be one.
Yeah,
Sinners, it has to play a part towards that, I think, at the SAG. But the
after
big
I've
ones
had
would
a
be
cast in
acting.
for ages, it
Yeah,
went to I Swear, which if you haven't seen, it's on Netflix now. Watch it.
yeah,
I watched it when the day it came out. Such a beautiful film.
yeah,
Highly recommend it. Also, with the casting personally for me, um, Hamnet. I think because it's only the main kind of people, I still think it's powerful performances. Jacob Joy is incredible, also his brother at the end of the film as well.
yeah,
Obviously Paul Mescal and Jesse Buckley are both incredible in that. We'll talk about both of them a bit later. Um, and the other kids as well are great. Didn't realize like the
yeah.
other one was also in Shelter with Jason Statham. Great two films for a generic Jason Statham action film and Hamnet. But
You,
anyway,
also, if you've watched Shelter, it's like every other Jason Statham action
yeah,
movie.
it's what
It's
you
just
do
how
with
it is.
Letterboxd, mate. It's what I put. I put generic Jason Statham action film. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
But
but
yeah,
I think for me, prediction wise, I'm gonna go Sinners. I just think they'll get it. But if it was me, if I was voting for it, I probably would have said Marty Supreme. I've been on it before. I said this on our precursor. I really like Sinners. It was my favorite film of last year. But I think that the casting was more inspired in Marty Supreme. Yes, it was really good casting in Sinners and a great ensemble, but Marty Supreme brought in act people that didn't have acting experience because they thought they'd be better for the role, and it worked. The
but
person who
then you could
played,
also say that for Sinners
yeah,
with
with
um
Miles Catton,
yeah.
but
So
it's going to be interesting a lot of the time. Like it's considering it, like I say, it's a new award. It's going to be very, very interesting. My prediction is going to be Sinners. But I wouldn't be surprised if Mighty Supreme picks up the win.
100%. It could go either way. I think. Um, all right. If we go to costume design,
Yeah,
Avatar: Fire and Ash, Deborah Lee Scott or Deborah L. Scott. It's definitely not Lee because I've definitely butchered that. Oh, it's Lynn. Frankenstein, Kate Hawley, Hamnet, Megalos, Turning Kanska. I've already butchered that. Marty Supreme, Miyako Bazzelli, and Sinners, Ruthie Carter. So here, all films have great costume design, great costumes in it altogether. Avatar, I'm not 100% why they're nominated because obviously a lot of it is CGI.
Yeah,
Frankenstein's costume is great for that kind of gothic style that it was trying to perform. Hamnet was obviously that Shakespearean time, so which is great. Mighty Supreme, obviously, it's obviously a more traditional kind of. I think it was like 80s, 70s, something. Like
yeah.
60s, I don't know. I
Whilst
can't remember.
obviously Sinners is more to do with,
Yeah, they're all kind of period
yeah,
pieces
period pieces.
except Avatar. So, but
Um,
um, obviously, when people don't realize that the actual most of the costume is actually from Blade, that was never
yeah,
made. For
Sinners, yeah,
Sinners, which is incredible. I mean, Ruthie Carter, great costume designer. She's worked with some of the best people in the industry, and she's won the Oscar twice with Ryan Coogler for Black Panthers, both for those films. She's also worked with Spike Lee as well, and was nominated for that film. Um,
yeah,
and I think I'm my opinion, she should win it again.
yeah.
I think she creates such great costumes for all the films that she does. But then I could see Frankenstein winning this one because I think the costume design is
Yeah,
incredible, and I think Frankenstein won at the BAFTAs as well.
yeah,
So
um,
I want Sinners to win, but I think I'm gonna go
yeah,
for Frankenstein will be my
yeah.
prediction.
Already this year, she already broke history. Ruthie Carter this year, she's become the most nominated. Um, yeah, she's become the most nominated black woman in the history of the Oscars. She's her fifth her fifth time being nominated. Like you say, was nominated first for Spike Lee and Malcolm X, especially, and then going, like you say, into Ryan Coogler's work with Black Panther and now Sinners. I'm with you though. I think Frankenstein, and I wouldn't be surprised. We'll go into makeup and hairstyling now, but a lot of these categories, I think Frankenstein have got this to the taking. We'll go into it
Yeah,
now. So there was a few, and we'll talk what we have said before. Frankenstein, they've been nominated here. Mike Hill, Jordan Samuel, and Kaluna Ferry. Coco, Kuroko, I probably butchered that, but Kuroko Takawara, Naomi Habino, and Tahashi Nashamasu. Sinners, Ken Diaz, Mike Fontan, and Shunika Terry. The Smashing Machine, Kazuhiro Gang Griffin, and Bujun Ruberin, and the Ugly Stepsister, Thomas Folberg, and Anna Catherine Soyberg.
mm,
So, very interesting on this one. Obviously, this is the big one. I thought that uh, Wicked was going to at least get a nomination. I believe it won here last year for
yeah.
Best Makeup and Hairstyling. So, very, very interesting that it did
Uh,
not get
it
nominated,
did not win
especially when
last
you've got
year.
film. Sorry?
It didn't win last year.
Oh, it was costume design they won last year, didn't they?
Substance won, of course it
Yeah, the
did.
substance,
Makeup and
obviously.
hairstyling, because horror deserves to be nominated more at this category, where the
Yeah,
best I would say, like, it's the blood, the that kind of thing. I mean, Ugly Stepsister, we're finally getting some horror love in these categories these days. Obviously, Smashing Machine, obviously creating the Rock into a different person. I don't think needs a win here. It's not a complete transformation.
no.
Um, and I just don't think it's but then I think Frankenstein, the creature is
Yeah,
incredible.
I
Um,
I think so too.
and and I think it
It's
won a
gonna
BAFTA, so 100%.
yeah,
My prediction, and I want Frankenstein to win.
yeah. So me prediction, I think will be Frankenstein. So I may so we will move on to
Cinema.
cinematography, which I'm actually going to leave to Drew on this one, as this is. Oh, am I right in saying cinematography? Yeah.
Yeah,
As I know, this is one of Drew's categories. I'll go through the nominees, and then Drew can sort of go through them because that is more what he really wants to do. So we're going to move that. But we've got Frankenstein by Dan Lotson, Marty Supreme by Darius Kunji, One Battle After Another from Michael Bowman. We've got Sinners with Autumn Durald Akapo, which is massive. She's the first woman of color to ever be nominated in this category. So congrats to her. And Train Dreams by Adolfi Veloso.
right.
Again, this is another one where I think it's probably a two-horse race.
I wouldn't say it's a two-horse race. Um, it Michael Bauman's been winning a lot of the awards for One Battle, but
Yeah,
Sinners obviously is incredible. For anyone anyone who's seen the film would know what scene I'm talking about. Um, so beautifully shot, and with the IMAX cameras as well, phenomenal. I really want to rewatch it in IMAX again because
Yeah.
the scene is incredible. Train Dreams is the other one which I think could also sneak a win. So beautifully made as well. I'm gonna rewatch. It's on Netflix if anyone hasn't seen it. So
Okay.
if they want to recap before the Oscars, but that is also beautifully shot, and that's been winning awards early in the season as well. So it's a three-horse race. I want Sinners to win, but I think it will be going to one battle.
You know what? I'm gonna go with my gut, and I think I'm gonna predict that Sinners is gonna pick up the win here in cinematography. Uh, but we will move on to production design, which is nominated. We've got Frankenstein, production designed by Tarama Davil, set decoration by Shane Boo. We've got Hamlet, production designed by Fiona Crombie, set decoration by Alice Felton. Mighty Supreme, production designed by Jack Fisk, and set decoration by Adam Willis. One Battle After Another, production designed by Florencio Martin, set decoration by Anthony Carano. And Sinners, production designed by Hannah Beechler, and set decoration by Monique Champagne. Production design, I think this is another one in my eyes that's probably a Frankenstein win. I don't know about you.
Yeah, 100%. It won the BAFTA as well, but I would say obviously Sinners as well. The set decoration and production design is incredible for that. The massive barn that turns into the juke joint is beautifully made and created, and how they actually use that to create the space for the cameras is good. I enjoy that. Mighty Supreme with some of the shots, obviously in cars and stuff, is pretty cool. The end scene for One Battle as well. The end battle
Yeah,
scene there is also really beautifully shot down in the hills. Um,
yeah.
uh,
It's
there isn't
also
much
very in.
for that
Sorry,
one,
go on.
but I would say, yeah, for One Battle, it's a bit for me. It's not as, but I think Frankenstein deserves it, and Frankenstein's going to win.
Yeah. Like you say, it's also interesting when One Battle got nominated. There's not many contemporary pieces that get nominated around around this year.
Mhm.
Usually, a lot of the production design are period pieces, so it's very
Yeah,
interesting to get a nomination here. But we will move on to best sound, which has F1 by Gareth Dron, El Nelson, Gwendolyn Yates Whittle, Gary A. Rizzo, and Joan Plata. Frankenstein by Greg Chapman, Nathan Robotelli, Nelson Ferreira, Christian Cook, and Brett Zoen. One Battle After Another by Jose Antonio Garcia, Christopher Scarsoso, and Tony Villafort. Sinners by Chris Welker, Benjamin A. Burt, Felipe Pacheco, Brenton Proctor, and Stephen Butaker. And we've got Surat by Amanda Vilvira, La Kosalovas, and Yasmina Pradras. In my opinion, I'd most likely think this is going to go to F1, but I think Sinners might have a shot, but we'll see how this goes.
F1's winning. Won every single else award. It's a complete lock for me.
Yeah,
Love the sound in all those films. Surat, great getting some nominations because that film is also beautiful. Surprised I didn't get a nomination for cinematography because that
yeah,
film is shot beautifully. Um, but yeah, no, F1's gonna win. The sound is incredible. After I saw it again as well,
yeah.
incredible film.
Perfect.
Okay,
Um,
now on to two of my
take this one.
favorite categories of each year. The best music. So we'll start with original song.
Yeah,
Uh, Dear Me from Diane Warren, Relentless, music and lyrics by Diane Warren again, because they still try and give her nominations even though she nominates nowhere else because for some reason every Oscars needs Diane Warren, and this one's even more egotistical because it's about her. Golden from Capable Demon Hunters, music and lyrics by EJ, Mark Son Black, 24, Edo, and Teddy Park. I Lied to You from Sinners, music and lyrics by Raphael Sadiq and Ludwig Göransson. Sweet Dreams of Joy from Via Verde, music and lyrics by Nicholas Pike. Train Dreams from Train Dreams, music by Nick Cave and Bryce Desner, lyrics by Nick Cave.
yeah.
Sorry, I know I went on a bit tangent about Diane Warren. I just don't think she deserves a nomination sometimes when people like F1 deserve a nomination here, especially Drive is a great film, great song for a film. But
Yeah.
just because she's just and like so when she got nominated for a song about Cheetos also pissed me off. But um it's
I
just
I'm yeah, I'm right in saying this is her 16th Oscar nomination in
yeah,
this category. with no win. Um,
Yeah,
but
the only time she wasn't nominated in the last years though is because they gave her a honorary Oscar.
yeah,
Seriously, she was nominated. She's been nominated consistently since 2014.
yeah,
The only one that she didn't get nominated for, actually, she got nominated that year as well for
yeah.
Tell It Like a Woman. So she's been nominated consistently since twenty
I think it's
seventeen.
2016 or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 2017. And like, there's certain songs that I'm like, fair enough that she should be nominated, but the last
I think
couple,
Tell It Like, I think the one I think from Tell It Like a Woman, I think that song Applause
yeah,
probably should have been nominated. But
100%.
there's a few like you say, in my eyes anyway, that shouldn't have been nominated. But
Yeah,
um, I'll be honest, I think this is a two-horse race, and it's
yeah.
between Sinners and K-pop Demon Hunters. Uh,
They're the only two
well,
being sung at the actual Oscars.
yeah,
So
which sort of makes a point. Which I don't think that's right. I think in my eyes, every
these
Oscars
songs should be
should have every
nominated. Yeah,
performance for best original song being played.
yeah.
Um,
It's been going on for years in the last couple of years. Obviously, last year we
yeah,
didn't have it. We had some weird Bond tribute, and something else. I can't remember what the other thing was.
that was weird.
Yeah.
The Bond thing,
Alright.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I think I'm hoping it's I Lied to You from Sinners. I feel like there might Oscar voters might vote Golden because they're kids. Um, but I'm hoping because I Lied to You is a beautiful song,
yeah.
beautiful to film.
Um,
Uh,
my prediction's gonna be Golden.
mm,
I hope Sinners does pick up the victory because I think it'd be a really good win for Miles. Although Miles Curtin will pick up the Oscar, but it'd be a good win for that song,
yeah,
and especially if it partners with a cinematography win, considering that's my favorite scene of the movie is that
yeah.
one.
And then we'll move on to original score.
Yeah,
We've got Begonia, Jerskin Fendrix, Frankenstein, Alexandra Desplat, Hamnet, Max Richter, One Battle After Another, Johnny Greenwood from uh, Radiohead, Sinners, Ludwig Göransson. Surprised there's no F1 nomination here because I think the music in that is great.
yeah.
But
No,
I,
Hans Zimmer nod's always an interesting one because obviously
yeah,
we
I know.
know he did Hans Zimmer obviously did do F1, so
But
yeah,
it's going to go to Sinners. I thought it might have been a three horse race with also having um one, but I thought Hamnet might have a chance. But obviously, the main important song in Hamnet isn't a piece for
oh,
the original song.
Dre, pause. It just for some reason it again.
All right. So, best music original score. So obviously, Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle, and Sinners. Fendrix, Displat, Richter, Greenwood, Göransson, Sinners. I think it's a lock. They've won everywhere else. One Battle's also great. John Greer has become a really great guy for scores now. He's become a great
Yeah,
composer. Obviously, originally part of Radiohead. I mean, he still is part of Radiohead, but
yeah,
obviously his one of his side products. He does this. I think he won 1 year for Power of the Dog. Um, so pretty good for him. Okay. All right.
yeah,
We're
and
gonna,
especially with
yeah,
I also and this is a thing. If you guys don't, I always have a prediction on who could be the next big score. I think I'm biased. I'm a massive Bastille fan. I think Dan Smith's another one who could end up being one of the big hitters
yeah.
of music scores going into the next few years.
All right.
Definitely.
We're gonna skip best animated short because we haven't watched any of them.
Yeah,
It's just that live action short. We're just gonna say A Friend of Dorothy is a good film. I want people to watch that film. It's on Disney Plus if anyone hasn't seen it.
it's got Marilyn Mongelez, and she's an
Yeah,
absolute queen.
great.
So
But
we're gonna.
it's because we're not like we don't watch loads of them, so it's kind of but documentaries, we'll do documentary feature film,
Yeah,
which is great. So we have got The Alabama Solution, Andrew Ajeki and Charlotte Kaufman. Uh, Come and See Me in the Good Light, Ryan White, Jessica Hargrave, Tig Norito, and Steph Willem. Cutting Through
yeah,
Rocks, Sarah Kiki and Mohammed Reza Ini. Mr. Nobody Against Putin. David Borenstein, Pavel Telinkin, Hella Fiber, and Albitsa Kraskova. The Perfect Neighbor, Gita Grambir, Alisa Payne, Nikon Coenti, and Sam Bisbee. My opinion, Mr. Nobody Against Putin should win this. They won the BAFTA as well, and I think it just deserves it. It's a powerful piece, and people should watch it.
Yeah. And for me, I think I'm going for the perfect neighbor.
Okay.
I think they're going to pick up the win. I think again that's something that I really like. I really like the dash cam footage,
Oh, okay.
and the way it is. So I'm going to go with the perfect neighbor. I think they're gonna pick up the Oscar on Sunday.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So we'll go into best international feature film, which is It Was Just an Accident, which is The France, which is in Persian and Azerbaijani, directed by Yafa Pinir. This film is about Iran, and the guy is an incredible director, um, and people should watch it just because of that. That's just one thing I want to talk about straight away. But then you got Secret Agent Brazil in Portuguese and German, directed by Kiliba Bendrafio. Cinema of Value, Norway in Norwegian, sorry, Swedish, English, directed by Johan Trier. Serrat in Spain, which is a Spanish, French, and Arabic, directed by Oliver Lax. The Voice of Hind Rajab. Tunisia in Arabic, directed by Kira Ben Hania. It's going to go to sentimental value, I think. Secret Agent does have a shot, but I was hoping it was just an accent because that film is powerful, especially
Yeah,
what's been going on in the world right now. And I think
yeah.
people should watch it.
Another one for me is the voice of Hijra Jab as well. The film is about about the killing of a
Oh yeah,
Palestinian girl by the IDF, and it's something that's, you know, especially now,
yeah,
really heart heartbreaking to hear and heartbreaking to watch, but something we need to watch and something we need to talk about. And another
yeah,
thing is the director and the people that made this film are not being allowed in the country to this Oscars, which is
yeah,
a disgrace, which is
yeah.
an utter disgrace. Someone
It-
who's been nominated for a film that's one of the best international films of the year is not even going to be allowed if they win, which could happen because it's an incredible film. And yes, it's not been up for Best Picture like The Secret Agent or Sentimental Value, but it's probably, like you say, it's a film that needs to be watched. And I don't get a bit emotional, but it needs to happen, and it's a disgrace what's happened right now.
mm,
But we need to and I'll be honest with you, I'm hoping it wins. I'm really hoping that the voice of Hijra Jab wins the Oscar for Best International Film. My prediction is going to be Sentimental Value, but I'll be rooting for the voice of Hijra Jab on Sunday. But
100%.
we will move on to Best Animated Feature Film. We have got five nominees here. We have got Arco, with producers Hugo Benavue, Felix Javiri, Sophie Mass, and Natalie Portman. We've got Elio, by Madeline Chiffon, Dom Shai, Adrian Molina, and Mary Ali Strum. We've got K-pop Demon Hunters, Maggie Kang, Chris Appelens, and Michelle L. L. Wong. Little Amy, or the character of Rain, Melissa Valade, Lil Chu Han, Nadine Santiago, and Harry Megalon. And we've got Zootopia 2, or Zootropolis if you live in Europe, or Zoomania if you're in Germany, Jared Bush, Baron Howard, and Yvette Moreno. I think this is a lock. Probably going to be K-pop Demon Hunters.
A film that I really want to see, which I haven't seen yet on this category, is Arco. It looks
Yeah,
really interesting. When I was watching F1 back at the cinema when they had an award season thing at Cineworld, I I saw the trailer for it and it looks really good.
yeah,
Because it hasn't come out in the UK yet. Um, it looks like a really heartwarming film in that kind of old school style, a bit more like a bit more of that kind of Japanese style that's usually used quite a lot, which is quite cool. But yeah, no,
yeah.
I think K-pop Demon Hunters is going to win. I just mean it's just that because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people who vote in this category sometimes I see they like, especially when you see variety articles, sometimes
Yeah.
they vote in the way because they only watch it with their kids.
I, I,
Um,
I do think that has changed a lot recently, though.
has
We're
changed a lot
looking at our
recently.
last two winners,
Yeah, I know.
or last three actually. You know, Buying the Huron. Then we had, obviously, last year we had Flow. I believe the year before that was a win by a smaller picture as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So
I mean, you can see, but then it's just like you got to think of like some of the variety articles I've seen lately, but nothing about that
Yeah,
anyway. We'll go to best writer and adapted screenplay. Begonia
yeah,
will Tracy based on the film Save the Green Planet by Zhang Yuanhuan. Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro, based on a novel by Mary Shelley. Hamlet, Chloe Zhao and Megan O'Farrell, based on the novel by Megan O'Farrell. One Battle After Another, Paul Thomas Anderson, based on the novel Vineland by Thomas Pynchon. Train Dreams, Clinton Core, based on the novella Train Dreams by Dennis Johnson.
yeah,
100% lock. It's going to One Battle. It has won at every award. It has won at the Writers Awards as well. So the Guild,
yeah.
WGA, just complete look. I mean, I would love it if Hamlet because the adaptation is incredible as well. But I think it's going to go to obviously One
Yeah.
Battle.
I
Um,
mean, it's well deserved. Paul Thomas Anderson has been
yeah,
nominated 14 times and has never won an Oscar, which is
yeah, it's mental.
mental considering usually, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, or maybe, but the it does seem that sometimes the writing Oscar gets given as a consolation prize if they don't win Best Director or Best Picture, which shouldn't be the case, really. Like, just because you didn't win Best Picture, why are you getting a pity prize? But I don't think it's gonna be this time around. He well deserved. I'm not gonna lie. I think Hamlet has a shot,
Yeah,
but I would have loved it to have a shot. And you never know. You never know. Like I know we've got so many locks, and we think, but then something could happen on Oscars night. You know,
yeah,
people might think it was a lock, so they want to vote for something they actually really like, and it might end up being a Hamlet win. But I'm not thinking that. I think it's going to be finally a win for Paul Thomas Anderson. I don't think it's final one of the evening, but I think he wins best adapted screenplay. But we'll move on to original screenplay, which is Blue Moon, written by Robert Kaplow. It was just an accident. Javai Penny in collaboration with Natasha Shimarasin and Mahudin. We have got Marty Supreme by Ronald Brunstein and Josh Shafty. We've got Sentimental Value by Askevot and Joachim Trout. And we've got Sinners by Ryan Coogler. Again, very similar to adapted screenplay. I'm pretty sure this is a lock for Ryan Coogler.
yeah. He's won everywhere else. And
Yeah.
especially after the WGA Awards just came out. But yeah, Ryan
I think
Coogler.
the only one Coogler hasn't won was it the Golden Globe or it was there's
Yeah,
an awards Golden
it was.
Globes where they don't have adapted or
Yeah,
original
they
they
just have
merge them, don't they?
screenplay. So
And that's
yeah,
yeah,
no, 100%. Great written by him. Both. If this does happen, it would both films will be given by writer directors,
yeah,
which will be incredible. But all the films they're nominated are incredible, especially I might have seen it with just an accident there as well. Incredible.
yeah,
All right, now we're on to the big categories that obviously people want to talk about a lot, which we've got. We'll start with Best Actress in a Supporting Role, which is Elle Fanning for Cinematic Value as Rachel Kemp, Inga Idibutse Lililis, Cinematic Value as Angus Borg Peterson, Amy Magden, Weapons as Gladys, Wanabe Masaku, Sinners as Annie, Tiana Taylor, One Battle After Another as Perfida Beverly Hills. Um, in my opinion, it's a toss up between Magden, Masaki, and Taylor.
yeah.
Um, obviously, Magden won SAG and she won the Golden Globe, I think.
No, she won Critics' Choice.
Critics,
Tiana Taylor won Golden Globe, and then
Tiana
Wanami
won.
won the BAFTA.
Yeah, so it's kind of anyone's three race. I don't see Fanning or Elias getting
Mm.
close.
The
I do
the
think it's
only thing with Fanning is that she's not been nominated pretty much anywhere else,
yeah.
which could do her a favor. She's never lost any of them, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think she'll be in the fight. Like you say, I think it's a three horse race. Um,
I want
I'm
Magden to.
hoping for an Amy Madigan Oscar win. I'm predicting an Amy Madigan Oscar win. Bear in mind, she's also got the record for the most time between nominations. She was nominated back in 1985 for Twice in a Lifetime, and obviously now being nominated that is 40 years, which is mental. But fair play, she's been nominated, and I'm very much hoping that she picks up the Oscar, and but it's going to be tough. I think. The reason
Yeah,
why I think a lot of people aren't saying it could be Amy Madigan is just because she's the only nomination in her film, and she's going up against basically the two biggest films of last year.
yeah,
So
100%.
very much in
My
there.
opinion, Magdalene should win, but Masaku is close. We'll go to
Yeah,
Best Actor in a Supporting Role. We've got Benicio del Toro for One Battle as Sensei Sergio St. Carlos, Jacob Elordi, Frankenstein as The Creature, Delroy Lindo, Sinners as Delta Slim, Sean Penn, One Battle After Another, Colonel Stephen St. Jake Lockjaw, Stellan Skarsgård, Centre Vote, Exclusive Borg. All right, this category, Sean Penn has won the most nominations out of everyone in this category right now. So it
yeah,
could go to him. I think Stellan Skarsgård's still up there. A dark horse could be Daryl Lindo.
yeah,
I could see them because he's nominated nowhere else. Very surprised how we had no nomination from Paul Mescal. He's
yeah,
incredible, and I'm so surprised they didn't give him that award. Not award, I mean nomination. But I
yeah.
think I'm gonna predict Daryl Lindo.
For me, like you say, I think Paul Mescal is an interesting one. I think Brunel Shaw is just out because I think Oscar. I think, in my opinion, maybe you see Mescal instead of Del Toro.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think the thing that could cost Sean Penn is he doesn't seem to care.
he hasn't turned
Not
up
as
to
a thing, he just hasn't been attending award shows ever since I believe the Golden Globes, right?
yeah.
And for him not to be there, especially at the actor awards and then the BAFTAs, is an interesting one because he's already won two Oscars. Could he join that illustrious list and get a third? Yes, but I'm gonna predict that it's gonna be the time for Stellan Skarsgård. I think he will pick up his first ever Oscar for Sentimental Value. But yeah,
All
that's
right,
my prediction anyway.
we'll go to Best Actress in a Leading Role. We got Jessie Buckley, Hamnet as Agnes Shakespeare, Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs I'll Kick You as Linda, Kate Hudson, Song Song Blue as Claire Sardina, Renette Redgrave, Cinema of Value as Nora Borg, Emma Stone, Begonia as Michelle Fuller. I think Buckley has this completely. She's won every single award she can for this role. She's
Yeah.
incredible in it. Um, and I think she won.
And by the way, anyone who's been saying that she might lose it due to Cats from that interview or the whole thing with the bride is stupid because I've heard people compare it to Eddie Murphy. It's nowhere near Eddie Murphy and that
Can we
fiasco
also
that was
can we say fiasco? What?
the whole fiasco with Dreamgirls. That then obviously he
Oh,
had that comedy film that didn't go right, and he ended up losing supporting actor.
no.
Don't think that's going to happen.
You've
Um,
it happened to someone else basically, and he was
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
What's
But
the
I,
big?
I think for me, like you say, it's a lock. Rose Byrne, I feel a bit sorry for because I think any other year she probably could have won. She
Yeah,
probably should have won every other year if she was nominated any other year. The only thing for me, I think Jason Finnick should be nominated for her role in One Battle After Another.
yeah,
In my opinion, in place of Kate Hudson, I'm a bit confused why she's been nominated. Where, in my opinion, I've seen Sing Song Blue. Hugh Jackman's a lot better, and I don't think he should have been nominated for
yeah.
best actor
Um,
in a leading role. Which is fine. I know, we all have different opinions at the end of the day. It's just my opinion that I don't think she should have been there.
um,
But well done to her. Kate Hudson with a great nomination. I
well,
like Kate Hudson, an actress. I really like her role in the TV show she's doing for Netflix at the moment, where she's like the owner of a basketball team. I like that. Um, but I just don't think
yeah,
this was.
we'll,
I just didn't
we'll,
like her in this,
yeah,
which is fine to say. And Emma Stone, another nomination for Emma Stone, which is mental. She will definitely get that third Oscar, and
yeah.
I think it's in the next 10 years, in my opinion.
100%. Just to go say about it, so Eddie Redmayne was the one that he was nominated for Best Actor for The Theory of Everything, I think it was.
Yeah, it was
Um,
Stephen Hawking, right?
yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah, yeah,
And he also had a film Jupiter Ascending, which tanked, come out like halfway through the award season. But yeah,
yeah.
points. Another one which
And
is
also,
yeah,
that came out Bride came out what 3 days before Oscar voting ended,
Yeah,
compared to the whole thing with Ren, and he still won where it was midway through the Oscars,
yeah.
the Oscar process. She'll be fine, guys. If you're really if you want Jessie Buckley to win and you're really worried, don't be.
Okay, so we'll go to best actor now. So we got Timothy Chalamet for Mighty Supreme as Martin Mauser. Leonardo DiCaprio won Battle After Another as Bob Ferguson. Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon as Lorenzo Hart. Michael B. Jordan, Sinners as the dual role of Elijah Smoke Moore and Elias Stack Moore. Warner Mirror as a triple role.
Yeah.
Amanda Salmelios, Marcelo Alvarez, and Fernando Salmelios. I think it's I think it's a toss up between Chalamet and Jordan, um, and
I
Wagner Moura.
I said I would get Wagner in there, but it's probably been the most. This is the most open category for acting for the acting categories. I
Yeah,
also think that it's a category that could even, considering how chaotic it's been,
anyone can
could
win.
involve an Ethan Hawke
Yeah,
because
even
I
even
know,
Leo, even Leo.
yeah, Leo could sneak a win because of his, the Academy lot, like especially after his win for the Covenant, how many nominations he's had. Um, and with Ethan Hawke, he's well liked by the Academy, and I think what could sway his way is and obviously, I think the big span of the works was the BAFTAs when Robert Amaro won when he's not even nominated, he's not even eligible in this category this year. He's like he'll be eligible next year for I swear. Um, was the speech when Ethan Hawke like said that was better than winning when
Yeah,
they said the speech that Ethan Hawke that Ethan Hawke was one of the reasons why he really got into his acting. I think that could propel him to an Oscar win, which could be very interesting for a film where, like you say, Blue Moon, who only has a couple of nominations.
yeah. But I believe that Michael B. Jordan should win this award. He's
Same.
incredible in it, and it's kind of his like moment to pull into complete acting. Like a lot of the stuff he's done has been very action orientated, and through that, and to have this as well, and also now him doing a lot more like dictatorial stuff. He's got um the Thomas Crown Affair coming out where he's in it. He's starring in it. He's directing and producing. I think
Yeah.
that it's for him a really big film, and I think he deserves this Oscar.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But yeah,
It's been
um,
a really good. It's been a really good late surge for him.
100%.
And and for a film that, like you say, was my favorite of last year.
Mm,
Um, I really and I've been watching Michael B. Jordan since Fruitvale Station.
yeah,
I was too young for Friday Night Lights or Parenthood and stuff like that, but loved him in Fruitvale Station, him in Coogler, and then I think the big one for me is Creed.
yeah,
Um,
100%.
and then upwards towards Black Panther. Just Mercy is an incredible film where he's shown a lot more of his, not in just in an action film, but in something like that. That was Just Mercy. And my prediction is I think Michael B. Jordan's going to be going home with an Oscar at the end of the night, which would be really really fun. But we'll move on to the next two, the big. We've got directing and picture. We'll start with directing. We've got Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. She becomes only the second woman to be nominated twice for directing at the Oscars. The other one being, the only being Jane Champion, and also to be the first woman who's also previously won an Oscar. She obviously did that for Nomadland. Josh Safdie for Mighty Supreme. Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. Jochen Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. As you know, I love Sinners. I think this will be a PTA win, though.
Yeah, 100%. He's won everywhere else, but I would love if Kugler won. But PTA both have phenomenal directing. I mean, everyone in this category, great directing. Close out, incredible as well.
Yeah,
Especially that she had that after that hiccup with Eternals. For a lot of people, I
yeah,
enjoyed it, but I know for a lot of people it was a bit they didn't enjoy it as much. So it's nice for her to
yeah,
come back and do this film and be incredible and to be nominated for an Oscar for it. Okay,
yeah,
so if we'll hit Best Picture now, so there's a lot more nominations in this one.
yeah,
We've got Begonia, Ed Gurney, Andrew Lowe, Yorgos Lanthimos, Emma Stone, and Lars Knudsen, producers. F1, Chad Omen, Brad Pitt, Dead Gardner, Jeremy Kleiner, Joseph Kosinski, and Jerry Bruckheimer, producers. Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro, James L. and Scott Stuber producers. Hamnet, Lisa Marshall, Pepe Harris, Nicholas Gonda, Steven Spielberg, and Sam Mendes producers.
Yeah.
Mighty Supreme, Eli Bush, Ronald Bronstein, Josh Sadifi, Anthony Kragas, and Timothy Chalamet producers.
What one battle after another. Adam Sumner, Sarah Murphy, and Paul Thomas Anderson, producers. Also, bear in note, Adam Sumner is a posthumous nominee,
He,
and rest in peace to Sumner.
yeah,
Um,
he's worked on nearly every film Paul Thomas Anderson has created.
yeah,
He's done a lot in the behind the scenes. He was assistant director for Spielberg, Ridley Scott,
yeah,
Tony Scott. So he's worked with both of the Scott brothers. He's worked with Scorsese. He's worked with Alexandre Garazinatu, who did The Revenant.
yeah,
Angelina Jolie. Like he's worked with James Mangold. He's worked Wes Anderson. He's worked with everyone in the business as a first AD. Which, if people don't know, assistant directors are are the beating heart of a film department. Without
yeah.
ADs, a film wouldn't be made. They're making
No,
sure actors are there on time. They're making sure crew are there and right and doing their same job they're supposed to be doing. And it's so lovely from having working so hard. Directors like Spielberg and obviously PTA giving him producing credits for how much he's
yeah,
done for the business.
yeah.
And I think
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think I think, in my personal opinion, Um, if it wins, I would be I want Sinners to win because I'm just such a big fan of Sinners. But Adam, if they win, I would also completely love
yeah.
that. If we keep going,
Yeah,
for
also we've got the
agent,
secret agent,
producer,
Emir, the new producer, Senate Malavali, Marina Ackroyd, and Andrea Britson, Otmar producers, Sinners, Cincy Kugler, Seven and Ryan Cougar producers, and finally Train Dreams, Marissa McMahon, Teddy Schwartzman, Wilderness, Ashley Schofer, and Michael Hammer producers. Like we say, I think it's a two-horse race. Sinners and One Battle After Another. We've got an interesting one here because Sinners has won Best Film everywhere except for the SAG, which was Best Ensemble, which was Sinners. But Sinners has had a really big surge as of late, and obviously the Best Picture has a different system with that with the voting.
yeah,
Um, so it's going to be really interesting to see how that will go. I'm predicting Sinners. I think they're going to have that late surge, and I think we will see a Sinners sweep this year.
yeah.
But we'll see how that goes. I don't know what your opinion is on all this.
Sinners, hope it wins, but I would still love if One Battle After
Yeah,
Another wins, especially.
yeah,
Okay, so that is all the awards today for
yeah,
Sunday. We'll be tuning in, and next week we'll give you a review on the Oscars and then also some other opinions of some stuff that's happening coming up.
yeah.
And we'll go
And then
fully what we're doing
yeah,
for this thing. I think we might do it separate videos on reviews, news. We probably won't go into news as much. We're going to go more on opinion based this time.
yeah,
I think I want to move in that kind of thing. But we'll talk about our opinions on things,
yeah.
reviews, and obviously film reviews, and how we think of. We'll do like a review roundup of films we saw that week.
Yeah, and we will talk through if there's massive film news, big casting announcement, a big picture that's just been announced, another big sequel maybe. But we'll do like you say, we'll be more opinion based this year with this podcast. Now we've sort of taken it as ourselves, and we want to make sure. And if there's anything you guys really want to hear, there's stuff you want to talk films, please put down in the comments. We'd love to hear more. But thank you guys for watching this Oscars prediction and preview. Like I say, we'll be back with our review of everything next week. But until then, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the Oscars on Sunday.
And
But
support indie cinema.
cinema.